Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. Hearthstone Standard Rotation 2019 is coming in April, and in this video I'm going to take a look at what that means for the Mage class. If you're unfamiliar with the Standard Rotation, there is an annual Standard Rotation in Hearthstone in which the cards from expansions from 2 years prior are being removed from the Standard format, and after that they will only be playable in Wild format and in most of the Tavern Brawls. In April 2019, the expansions that will be leaving are the ones that were published in 2017. So that means Journey to Un'Goro, Knights of the Frozen Throne, and Kobolds and Catacombs will be out of the standard format. That's a lot of good stuff leaving for Mage, but there's also some interesting cards that will remain from the expansions from 2018 and from Basic and Classics, of course. And in this video I'm going to take a look at the cards that leave, cards that stay, and the current Mage meta archetypes and what it means for those. First of all, Journey to Un'Goro. Journey to Un'Goro has some really sweet Mage cards that are leaving. Some of them have seen more play at various other times. They have actually diminished a little bit because of the odd Mage craze that's going on right now, because this had a lot of good even cost cards, stuff like Primordial Glyph and Arcane Logist, some really key cards for various Tempo Mage archetypes especially. But Journey to Un'Goro was so much more. Opened the Waygate, gave rise to a combo deck, the Quest Mage, that's of course going away. Molten Reflection was part of that combo deck, and Molten Reflection is a card that has potential to be part of other combo decks as well. But that is rotating to Wild, so that one combo option is going away from Mage. Also, Mage is losing one of its real staple board clear spells in Meteor, which has been an incredibly powerful card. The real hit, of course, like for most classes, is the removal of the Death Knights. Knights of the Frozen Throne, Frostlich Jaina will be rotating out. Frostlich Jaina has been the key card of all Control Mage archetypes for the past 2 years. Its loss, that's a huge blow to Control Mage archetypes. Sindragosa is also going away, so Year of the Dragon, but some of the nice dragon synergies are leaving. And another one that might be of importance from Knights of the Frozen Throne is Simulacrum. Again, because Simulacrum is a card that enables potential combo decks, even though I don't know what kind of combo decks it could enable in Year of the Dragon yet, but that is one tool that was a good combo tool, and that's going away. And like with most classes, Kobolds and Catacombs, that was an insane expansion. Dragoncaller Alana and Dragon's Fury. So these were the big Spell Mage cards. These were the cards why big Spell Mage was a thing. And there won't be a big Spell Mage after this, because there's no need to play only big spells. You can mix in smaller spells as well without these cards in the mix. Alunet was an incredible card for aggressive archetypes, just tons and tons of fuel, and Explosive Runes was arguably the strongest Mage secret, and that's also rotating out. As is another Control Mage stable, the Arcane Artificer. And with Arcane Artificer, the Mage's armor gain gone, Frostlich Jaina, Mage's health gain gone. That means that Control Mage is in a pretty difficult spot. It used to live with something like Ice Barrier and Ice Block, but Ice Block has already rotated to Hall of Fame, and I have a hard time seeing Control Mage survive with Ice Barrier alone. It kind of lacks some of that healing or armor or something like that after these losses. Obviously not everything is going away. From the Witchwood we have Arcane Keysmith remaining, fairly powerful card. We have these Minion Mage support cards remaining, Book of Spectres, Archmage Arugal. So perhaps there are ways to build some sort of minion based mage. We will have to wait and see. Cinderstorm is still staying, Cinderstorm is a powerful card, and Vexcrow is staying. Vexcrow is not seeing any play right now, but it has seen play in the past in various Tempo Mage archetypes. Whenever you cast a spell, summon a random 2-cost minion, this can be a powerful tempo tool. And with all the cards that are leaving the standard format, Vexcrow is one of those cards that just might rise up to the challenge. There is also a bunch of power available in the Boomsday project. There's stuff like Astromancer, or potential good win condition, Stargazer Luna, some card draw, Cosmic Anomaly, another card that saw a lot of play at one point in various Tempo Mage archetypes, these aggressive Mage archetypes. It's a good minion, spell damage +2, very potent, just hasn't quite been working in the world of Odd Mage, but with Baku the Moonir going to Hall of Fame, there just might be more room for Cosmic Anomaly to shine as well. And a reminder that Subject 9 is going to still stay with us. Subject 9, draw 5 different secrets from your deck, so any sort of mage deck that's based around secrets might be interested in using Subject 9. Rastakhan's Rumble is an odd one, pun intended. Rastakhan's Rumble cards were largely cards that were able to support Odd Mage. Channel the Dragonhawk, Pyromaniac, both are really tailored to support the Odd Mage archetype. But now we're losing Baku the Moon Eater, so there is no Odd Mage archetype. Are these cards going to be something that can stay with the weaker hero power? I'm not sure at all. Then there is some potential support for minion-based, elemental-based deck with the Arcanosaur. Can it survive all the elementals that are rotating out with Journey to Angoro? So many questions and so few answers. And also, what are going to be Mage's win conditions in the future if you're playing some kind of slower Mage deck? Are there slow Mage decks still? And could Hexlord Malakras become one of those win conditions with other powerful stuff rotating out? There are interesting cards in Year of the Raven that have not seen play because the previous year's cards were so much stronger, like Vexcrow, like Malakras. There might be new opportunities for these cards after the rotation. Looking at Mage decks themselves in detail, Big Spell Mage. Big Spell Mage loses Jaina, it loses most of its win conditions, Sindragosa's gone, Lich King gone, Alana gone, and it loses about half of its removal with both Meteor and Dragon's Fury going away. And it loses the Artificer too, so how can it live? I really don't see that at the moment. Mage needs some sort of health gain, some sort of defensive tools in order to be able to use a control archetype. But maybe it can still work out some kind of control archetype, because there's still powerful stuff there. There's Polymorph, Blizzard, Flame Strike. Also, you will no longer be tied to expensive spells alone, because with Dragon's Fury and Dragoncaller Alana gone, those big spell synergies are gone, so you can mix in those cheaper spells. And then you need some new win conditions, but there might be cards like Toki, Time Tinker, Hexlord Malakras. There are some of these semi-powerful mage legendaries that just weren't powerful enough compared to Lich Kings and stuff. But maybe they can be used to build a new win condition package. I mentioned Minion Mage and I mentioned Elemental Mage, Elemental support. There is an existing Elemental Mage, this sort of minion-based deck already, and it loses almost all of its elementals, because most of the elementals were from Journey to Angoro. And it loses Frostlich Jaina, which was one of the key reasons to build elemental synergies anyway, because it would give all the elementals lifesteal. However, there are still some things that remain, like Archmage Arugal, Book of Spectres, you still have this card draw package. You can still have Mountain Giants with card draw, you could have Astromancers with card draw, I know those are not elementals, but still. There are still other elemental synergies, Bonfire Elemental, Arcanosaur. Is there going to be big enough of an elemental package to make some sort of minion elemental mage a thing? It's still possible, at least. The most popular mage archetype right now is the Secret Odd Mage. And Secret Odd Mage in numbers isn't losing a whole lot. I mean, there's still a lot of stuff left. There's Secret Keepers, Kirinto Mages, Luna, there's some synergies with the hero powers, but it loses Baku. So when your hero power damage is cut in half, and your deck is full of cards that synergize with the hero power, that's a huge hit. There are some ways you can still build this type of deck maybe. You can build perhaps fully around secrets. Perhaps there's something that can still be done with the hero power synergies, although without Baku I don't consider that very likely. Or there could be some kind of a tempo build, perhaps even without the secrets. Speaking of which, Tempo Mage isn't quite dead even in the current meta, because Tempo Mage right now looks something like this. And okay, Tempo Mage loses, it actually doesn't lose a whole lot of cards. Arcanologist, Primordial Glyph, Explosive Runes and Alunet. Alright, those are some pretty huge cards. Arcanologist gives you card draw, targeted card draw, Runes is the best secret, Glyph gives you spells, discovered spells, so it can give you just the tools you need, and Alunet is just a huge amount of fuel. But there's still a lot remaining as well. There's still Kirinto Mage, there's still secrets, there's still a lot of burn. And when everyone else is getting weaker too, this sort of Tempo Mage doesn't look like that sort of a bad idea. Maybe it's built around secrets, the subject 9 still, you could put in subject 9 in the deck. Or maybe it's built completely without secrets and based on just burn and these cosmic anomalies and spellcircles and this sort of things. There are at least 3 possible paths it can take here. It can take the burn path, it can take a full-on secret path, or it can take a middle road between the two. So this is definitely a mage archetype that has a lot of potential after the rotation. Overall, there are a few paths that mage can take. Book of Spectres, this minion path, maybe with Astromancers added in, minions and elementals. Then there's the burned path with the anomaly, and there's the secret path with the subject 9. Just about the only mage archetype that is going to lose all of its support is a pure control build. That one would really need something new from the expansion, but from the existing cards mage can already explore a number of different archetypes. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.